Hello from Dhaka, this is Moutushi Jubaida Rahman and you are watching Business News. At first, the headlines. Dhaka stresses peace and stability in Middle East. Environment-friendly green buildings now a national necessity, says Environment Advisor. Attempt to create anarchy through false propaganda, says Mirza Fakhrul. NCP for national polls in February after implementing July Charter, says Nahid Islam. US President Donald Trump threatens military action in Nigeria over killing of Christians. Now the details. Dhaka stresses peace and stability in Middle East. Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tawhid Hussain has emphasized the importance of peace and stability in the Middle East and called for stronger regional cooperation. He made the remarks during separate bilateral meetings with Bahraini and Qatari leaders on Saturday in Bahrain on the sidelines of the ongoing 21st IISS Manama dialogue. During his meeting with Bahraini Foreign Minister Dr. Abdullah Latif bin Rashid Al Zaini, Advisor Tawhid Hussain lauded Bahrain's leadership in promoting regional harmony and expressed Bangladesh's willingness to work closely with Bahrain to advance mutual interests. He also invited the Bahraini Foreign Minister to visit Dhaka for the second round of political consultations in 2025. In another meeting with Bahrain's Deputy Interior Minister Adil bin Khalifa Al Fadhel, Advisor Hussain requested to reopening of visa facilities for Bangladeshi citizens, including business people, professionals, and skilled and semi-skilled workers. He also urged the issuance of family visas for Bangladeshi nationals residing in Bahrain. The Bahraini side acknowledged the contributions of the Bangladeshi community and said steps are underway to reopen visa facilities in phases. In his meeting with Qatari State Minister for Foreign Affairs Sultan bin Saad bin Sultan Al Muraiki, Advisor Hussain reaffirmed Bangladesh's firm solidarity with Qatari against any threat to its security and sovereignty. He also appreciated Qatar's continued support for Bangladesh's development priorities and its efforts toward resolving the Rohingya crisis. The Foreign Affairs Advisor further met with the Secretary General of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia to discuss ways to strengthen regional peace and cooperation. Advisor Tawhid Hussain is attending the 21st Manama Dialogue, which has brought together global leaders, foreign ministers, and policymakers to deliberate on regional and international security issues. Environment-friendly green buildings now a national necessity, says Environment Advisor. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Rizwana has said that constructing environment-friendly buildings is no longer a choice but a necessity. She made the remark this morning while speaking as the chief guest at a workshop on green building organized by the Department of Environment at Agargaon in the capital. Advisor Rizwana emphasized that a building cannot be called green just by using special paint or obtaining a certificate. She said environmental principles must be applied at every stage, from design and construction to operation and maintenance. She stressed the need to make green building standards mandatory in all government infrastructures to build sustainable and livable cities. The advisor also called for rooftop solar system, rainwater harvesting, and the use of natural light and ventilation in building designs. She proposed forming a Green Building Council to set standards, update legal frameworks, and ensure proper implementation. Attempt to create anarchy through false propaganda, says Mirza Fakhrul. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul has alleged that an attempt is underway to create anarchy in the country through false propaganda on social media. He made the remarks today while speaking to journalists after a joint meeting of the BNP and its affiliated organizations at the party's central office in Noapoldon. The meeting was held ahead of the observance of the historic 7th November National Revolution and Solidarity Day. Mirza Fakhrul said that the enemies of Bangladesh are trying to destabilize the country by spreading misinformation in online. He warned that a deliberate attempt is being made to create unrest. Recalling the contributions of Shohid President Ziaur Rahman, he said Zia restored multi-party democracy, ensured press freedom, and strengthened the judiciary. He also credited Zia with laying the foundation of the garments industry, promoting women's empowerment, and revolutionizing agriculture. Fakhrul added that Begum Khalida Zia and Tariq Rahman are continuing the mission of uniting the nation and leading the party. On the occasion of the historic 7th November National Revolution and Solidarity Day, the BNP announced a 10-day program from 5th November to 13th November. The event will include flag hoisting, rallies, discussions, and cultural programs across the country. NCP for national polls in February after implementing July Charter, says Nahid Islam. National Citizen Party (NCP) convener Nahid Islam has said his party wants the next national election to be held in February, following the united implementation of the July Charter and ensuring its full legal legitimacy. He made the remark at a press conference at the party's central office in Bangla Motor this noon. Nahid Islam said the referendum could be held either on the election day or before it, depending on the government and the election commission's administrative and law and the order capacities. He made the remark at a press conference at the party's central office in Bangla Motor this noon. Nahid Islam said the referendum could be held either on the election day or before it, depending on the government and the election commission's administrative and law and order capacities. He emphasized that the July Charter must be formally proclaimed by Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Mohammad Yunus and called on all political parties to unite for its implementation to ensure a peaceful transition. The NCP convener reiterated his party's support for the Consensus Commission's reform proposals, including the formation of an upper house, the reintroduction of the caretaker government, and reforming appointments to constitutional and judicial offices. He said these reforms should be endorsed through a referendum and that elections and reforms should be treated as related but separate processes. Nahid Islam added that the NCP is open to alliances with parties sharing its goals of building an inclusive, democratic Bangladesh and completing structural reforms. US President Donald Trump threatens military action in Nigeria over killings of Christians. United States President Donald Trump has threatened to send American forces into Nigeria if the country fails to stop what he described as the killing of Christians by the Islamists. He made the statement on Saturday in a post on his Truth Social platform, saying he has asked the Pentagon to prepare a possible plan of action. President Trump warned that if the Nigerian government does not act, the United States will halt all aid and could go in guns a-blazing to eliminate what he called Islamic terrorists. In his post, the president claimed that Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria and said any US response would be fast, vicious, and swift. Nigeria is currently facing multiple internal conflicts that have claimed lives among both Christians and Muslims. The country remains divided between a Muslim majority north and largely Christian south, where ethnic and religious tensions continue to influence its politics. That's all for now. For more updates, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.